Hi, didn't see you there. Welcome to Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG Grave New World. We had a doozy of a time last week, so let's get started and introduce our players for this week. We have a slightly different lineup today. We're going to start with Eddie.
Hi, my name is Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based voice actor. On Monday evenings, you can find me playing Miss Cheryl Da here on this wonderful TTRPG. And then on Thursday evenings, you can find us for the near the end of the campaign. Where we're playing Deviant Futures, a D&D 5th edition campaign full of different gods and pantheons and such like that, where I play Mizio, the Oathbreaker Paladin. Um, Besides that, if you want to check me out on the rest of the internet, you can find me on my Linktree, on my socials, on the TikTok and the Instagram. And then also, I came out with one of the books that I produced and narrated came out. The title is, and I quote, "Vampire Diaries: John F. Kennedy Murder Mystery Romance, Free to Love, Love at First Bite, Book 3." So if you want to sink your teeth into that, please feel free to. Uh, hey, Kyle. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
No.
Okay.
Don't you? Hey, it's not a bat Kyle here. Your friendly neighborhood cave troll. You'll find me on Mondays just doing this, playing Jacob Yay King, the resident stoner half demon who is really deep into it right now. Outside of that, you can't find me anywhere except for some Twitter stuff and like a whole bunch of social media that I don't actually use and I'm not going to link. So on to Mana.
That was very quick, guys. Thanks so much. Hey, hi, I am Mana Queen. I am, for the most part, here every Monday night. Not even from the most part. That's where I am all the time. Here, Monday nights. Trying to get other things up for the most part on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but stay tuned for that. It's not solidified yet. But yeah, that's where I exist, is here every Monday. That's it. So director, dear Chris, what do you do outside of our lovely stream?
I do a lot of shit. So some might argue too much. Actually, no one argues too much. But I am an artist and a GM and a player here on Dirty 20 Gaming. You can also find me on Saturday nights playing Delilah Stillwater in our necrobiotic game Dead to Rights. You can find my art and my links right here. I sell my art on the internet, soon to have my own digital storefront that's coming at some point. I forgot to say, character art is courtesy of Hero Forge, and everything else is courtesy of Pixabay. And with that, let's get started.
Hi.
Hi, Ash.
Hi.
So if anyone is not caught up, Astia sadly left us last week. Spoilers, but she
Big spoilers.
Big spoilers. She got turned into a vampire and did not survive for various reasons that I won't divulge because it's a really good episode and you should watch it if you haven't watched it. Anyway.
I almost put that into my plug, but I was like, should I? Maybe not.
What you need to know is that Estia is no longer with us and we are all sad.
We might talk about us being sad later. We might just mention it throughout the session today. It's fine.
Yeah. Ash was actually not present for the events of last session. Ash had a visit from her dad. What did Ash do with her dad? I'm sorry, their dad. I didn't mean to roll my... Did I roll my eyes? I can't... Did it look like I was rolling my eyes? I'm so sorry. That's not what I meant.
Moving on. Ash.
Please.
Ash is a she/they, so anybody in the audience and on production side, doesn't matter. It's okay. So
Just keep going.
before anything ever happened, for those of you who are caught up, Ash got a text from her dad, because she was feeling very femme that weekend, saying, "Hey Chica, let's meet up. Missing you a bunch. Let's do the sports things." So Ash kind of looked at their phone and looked at Ye and said, "Dad's here. Like, I gotta go." And hopefully Ye, knowing the relationship that they have, would have been like, "Okay, yeah, I get it." Because Ash doesn't go out of their way to spend time with Dad, even though Dad sometimes tries to be like, "Hey, hey, hey, babe, hey, kiddo, what's going on?" So Ash looked at the text and said, "Okay, yeah, on my way." And for the first couple of days, things were just come see, come saw. Just, oh, sorry. If anybody doesn't speak French, that's kind of like, it is what it is. Just hanging out with your parents, where it is. And on the second day, director, I'm gonna leave it up to you if you want to
Okay.
divulge why Ash's dad called them out there. Like, it's near the end of the visit. Like, they're trying to spend quality time together. For a like very specific reason. Like that, like kind of buttering up type of attitude.
I think
And
I'd
I
like
mean, Ash's like story and detriments.
I think it would be more impactful to hear it coming from Ash, though.
Okay. I didn't want to do the thing. All right. So Ash and their dad have spent an entire weekend together, which is like something that hasn't happened in a really long time. And so Ash is getting like pretty suspicious. Like, this is going really well. I haven't felt this way in a long time with my dad. I'm staying in a hotel with him close to campus. Like, because Ash isn't that far away, but it's kind of close to campus that it's close enough. But okay, like, hey, Dad, it's great to have a good time with you. And then they're having a dinner, and he looks at Ash and says, "So I've met someone."
Mm-hmm. What happens with Ash when he says that?
Ash just completely reels inside themselves. Like, what? Like, total confusion.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna cut at that.
Like I imagine that is like where Cheryl and Ye have lost Estia, is like kind of where I'm.
That, I think, lines up very well. We're actually going to fast forward a little bit. It's about noonish the next day. Yay, what's going on?
Around noon the next day, Ye would be in the middle of a vampire den. slamming stakes into as many chests as he can find, possibly screaming incoherently in rage while doing so. Nobody who's really seen Ye wandering around campus or, at a party with a lit J and just kind of vibing, maybe giving a shoulder rub if somebody needs it or whatever, practicing his kinesthesia, would recognize what he has become in this moment, which is a screaming ash and blood covered whirlwind of absolute rage.
So you're in the middle of this vampire den, and you've already dusted a couple of them, but there are a couple of the stronger, more well-fed ones left over, and one comes charging for you, fangs bared, and you're kind of, there's this like a ornate mantelpiece in this like really old kind of decrepit building. Like you can tell it was ornate. It's mostly rotted now. But this vampire is coming for you. What do you do?
In this case, we've got this nice ornate mantle and everything. Ye is probably going to grab an arm, swing the vampire headfirst into the hardest part of the mantle. He can see, dust the guy straight through the back, and then just kind of stare at the other two and wait, heaving, bleeding, and looking like he can do this all good day.
Okay. We're actually going to pause there. We're going to rewind it a little. It's daybreak at the top of the hill. Cheryl, Ye, and Julian just witnessed something horrible. What next?
I believe it's just myself and Julian at the top, and Ye's started to walk off, or
Yeah,
are you
I
still
think
within?
Ye said what he said last episode about the storm of ash, and he just walks off. He cannot accept any sort of comfort or commiseration at this moment. He can't, and he has none to offer, and he feels like a failure for that too.
Cheryl's gonna turn to Julian and go, I'm going to stop by her apartment and retrieve my things and see. She let me know where she keeps her library, her collection of tomes. So I'll make sure that we can use that. See if there's any clues about any of the information. But
Julian kind of looks to the ground where the ashes were, and then kind of over, because you're on a hilltop, you can kind of see across campus a little bit into the city to where the sun is rising. And it takes him a try or two to look back at you, but he says, who's going to tell Ash? And the pain is audible. Yes, Mana.
I just wanted to like bring a parallel to this of, Ash's dad called them away to be like, hi, I've met somebody, and Ash is like as if I don't have enough to do with right now. Sure, Dad. Who have you met? And in walks this almost supermodel-esque type of woman who is the very picture of perfection and agelessness, and dark-haired, blue-eyed, type of woman. And Ash is just absolutely dumbfounded that they've been called away to meet this superficial trophy wife-esque type of thing, because their dad doesn't need this type of woman, and it's like parallel to Essia.
Mhm.
I don't want to say the D word, but parallel to Estia passing, I guess I should say.
So we see a split screen of Estia fading and this woman walking in, and Ash's face turning as pale as Estia's as she dissolves into the ether, I
Millets.
guess. And that's where
So Julian has a hard time
Julian has a hard time
talking. Cheryl will
talking.
probably like get in his face and go, I will let her know. I'll reach out and I'll ask her when she's going to get back. We're going to tell her in person, not over the phone. We're going to be around her, right? At least one of us is going to be with her. And if his eyes aren't like following her, or he's not paying attention, like how is he with it, or is he like thinking?
Julian, he's looking at you, but he's not looking at you.
We need to
So-
do something. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I have an actual question, because like part of an entire Slayer thing is that Slayers grow and learn and understand. And so does Ash have a sense of spikes and growth? It doesn't matter who they are, but spikes and growth of vampiric surges and downfalls and surges and downfalls.
I think because you are such a new Slayer, you're not as in tune with the peaks and falls of the vampire population as of yet, especially being in such a large city.
But Ash does have empathy.
Because you are so connected to Estia. It is a bond beyond that of the Slayer and a vampire.
Right. Like I'm not looking
friendship
for
as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm not looking for
you can't be like,
yes
oh,
and
something
no.
happened to Estia. But I think you feel something.
Right. Like something has surged in the supernatural
It's world. Like when you get it's when you get like in real life, when you get those feelings of just like, oh, I know something bad just happened, even though you can't like put your finger on it or justify it, or just like you have that feeling, but that supernaturally there's usually a reason for that, especially with someone like the Slayer or a witch or a half demon.
Right. I mean, like I love what chat's doing right now. Like, do I sense a disturbance in the force? But I don't want to put it in the force because like I don't think Ash is that attuned to the general public. But Ash is learning to be attuned to like the general populace. And so
there is like without putting it into like a definitive you feel this, it's more like in that moment you are shocked by this supermodel who comes walking through into it's morning, so you're having breakfast with your dad.
Right, we're having brunch. We're like gonna have mimosas, like we're gonna have Bloody Marys, and this supermodel just fucking comes in and like I will drop the F-bomb. Sorry, chat. Like comes in and Ash is like
when you're so I think to put it that are sort of viscerally when the supermodel walks in, your gut drops, but when Estia passes, your heart sinks. And you feel irrationally upset by this woman. Like, your Slayer, you have not tuned in enough to fully recognize the subtleties of your Slayer sense. So you cannot tell that this is your Slayer sense, but you feel something bad that goes beyond distaste for a weird woman that your dad is dating.
Okay.
So back to the hilltop, Julian is trying not to break.
Yeah.
Cheryl
Is in his face and going, we need to do something. I need you to look at me. And if he still has trouble focusing, she's going to help him
he's
by
just doing those like really tiny nods, like
slapping him across the face.
yeah,
And is going to go,
yeah.
you're going to go back and you're going to make sure you can do whatever you can. I'm going to give you the location history that I have. And you're going to see if there's any dents or any location or any information. I'm going to provide you with a list of the people that I recognize that I can possibly do, and I'll try and find whatever leads I can. But every minute that we sit here fucking sulking is another minute that her killers go. Okay?
Okay.
You can cry
Okay.
later. And she's going to turn around and walk down the hill.
Oh, okay. So Cheryl's gone. Ye's gone. Julian just starts to book it to his office because that is the place that he knows, that is the place that he is familiar with. That is where he can go and make calls and investigate and all of that stuff. That is his headquarters, and that's where he knows he has power. So Julian runs off to start looking for leads. He trusts that Cheryl knows what needs to be done because Cheryl knew Estia. The way friends know each other rather than the way a teacher knows a student. And Cheryl, as you are heading to Estia's, you have a message on your phone from Estia.
New or old?
Old. It's from last night.
Okay. And what's it say?
It's an address and it just says stash.
She's probably going to swing by there first, just in case any of the villains saw
Swing by
that
the
message as
apartment or
well.
the stash?
The stash first, and then the
Stash.
apartment to pick up all of my evidence that I left, if there is any investigation into her disappearance.
Okay. You pull up to a very affluent is not the right word, but a well-kept sort of self-storage facility. And you walk along the rows and rows and rows of these units, and you come to the one that has the matching number on it. And we are going to cut back to about 12:30. Yeah, you're in a different vampire den this time. What's up?
Talking on mute there because I'm a professional. He's again he's rampaged, just kicked the door in, no warning. Firing a crossbow, dropping the crossbow, grabbing stakes out of his coat, just stabbing, punching, kicking, throwing, screaming, not again, not another one. None of you fucks are gonna get out of here alive. But the one who can tell me who's kidnapping people and feeding them old blood doesn't have to suffer.
So when you knock down the door, these vampires scatter. This den is a little larger. It's got some like side rooms and stuff. The one that doesn't make it, the one that you end up, I think, pinning to the wall, he goes, oh, I don't know anything, man. I don't know anything. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. This life sucks. but I don't kidnap people. I just kill them.
Oh, okay. You just killed them. Oh, you know what? All right. So you're not kidnapping. You don't know anybody who's feeding old blood. You're not any part of that.
No, man, that's gross. That's gross.
Frick,
Why would you want old
stab.
blood?
Next. And he's going room to room. Room
They're in the-
service. You want mint for pillow?
Next room, there's a couple of vampires. They, do their best to throw a couple punches. This is like a basement, so there's no escapes. They're fighting for their life, but you sock them, and one guy's jaw is just shattered because I imagine you're like full half demon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as he's out of sight and out of the sunlight, he's making it clear that what's here is not just some, excitable human who thinks he's going to make a change and is going to, die and be turned into another vampire. This is something bigger and meaner, and this is something with a vendetta.
Cheryl, back to you. We're rewinding again. Timeline is now about 11 a.m. You are at this unit. There's no key, though. It's like a keypad.
She didn't provide me with a combo.
If you look on the message, she did this thing where she interspersed the numbers with like weird random words. So like it might take you a couple tries to be like, which numbers is it? But
is it
get
like
eventually.
leet speak, but the numbers and the words are the correct combination?
I don't know. Is Estia that nerdy?
I'd
Is
say
Estia
so.
that kind of nerd? Okay.
I think that back and forth, Cheryl and her definitely played some late night games on Steam after they both realized that they had a certain obsession with different MOBAs. So they're fine. They're fine playing some video games.
Okay.
It's not something that Cheryl likes to advertise a lot.
Got
But
you.
all right, she's gonna unlock the unit and look for any signs of if anyone's been here recently or if anyone's around.
What you see is climate controlled. It's like probably like an 8 feet by like 12 feet that way unit, just lined with bookshelves. And these books range from fairly new looking to almost ancient looking. There are some scrolls. There is a desk with some notebooks and things on it. Off to the side below the desk, there is a sizable safe. So I wouldn't say it's under the desk. It's like to the side of the desk.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a door in the back corner.
She's going to were the lights already on? Did they are they motion detected? Is there any sign of activity?
They came on when you.
They came. All right,
They came on when you came in.
She's gonna pull the rolling door down behind herself.
Okay.
Kind of breathe, look around, and try to think to herself of any way that she can help Estia and check out the back door.
So the back door, it seems like it was kind of like half locked, like maybe she didn't like because there was the numeric keypad and stuff, she didn't like super lock everything. But if you go in through this door, when you go in, the light flickers on, motion sensor, and this is what it looks like is her lab, basically, where she made her product.
Ooh. All right. And she's gonna take her fingers off the door handle and lift up her shirt and just rub her fingerprints off the door handle.
Okay. Yeah. Smart. um so back this is it slowly backs away. This is Astia's kind of home away from home. This was her private sanctuary, basically. And it's what you realize, and it may be a sad, potentially dark realization, is that these are kind of yours now.
She looks at all the things and is like, this is going to be a lot to move out. I kind of was assuming that I would need to do something. She's going to try and talk to an attendant and avoid being seen by cameras and flirt with someone to figure out who owns and if it's under Estia's name or not. If it's like, just gonna try and ascertain if this is like properly owned by Estia or if she's using a pseudonym and how much of a lease there is. And Cheryl's gonna try her best to try and sort out so she can hold on to this property
Okay,
without.
give me
Yeah. However you
give
wanna.
me a willpower influence roll.
It is
All right.
rated by Irene Incognito.
Yeah, because if it's a pseudonym and it's paid for 3 years, then it'll be fine. But she's definitely gonna find some 19-year-old that has nothing better to do. Just put on the charm. Influence, willpower, plus I'm pretty. That is a 15.
Well, that's
Okay.
pretty.
Yeah, you find that you're right. This is like a 19-year-old with a, city college job to pay for some of his classes, and he doesn't seem to like super care. And you're pretty, so he's like, yeah, that unit, somebody named EV, pays in cash. My dad's gonna give me a Mustang when I graduate.
What color are you thinking, sweetheart?
Thinking like red, maybe with flames.
Yeah, those go
Ew.
faster. Do you
Ew.
like to go faster? And she's gonna try and like see if there's a way, and then in the conversation, figure out if there's a way that things get paid for ahead of time. If she pays in cash, figure out if people pay with an envelope. If it's he's never sees this person. If it's just like money gets dropped off with the name, and then just like more time gets added on.
Make me
Because she's gonna be flirting with him in the office, and she's gonna be looking around. She's gonna be like, "Are you sure there isn't a sprat or something like that? I'm just so parched, and it's so hot in here. Why don't they have air conditioning?" She's gonna try and like get alone with documents or like have time to look around and ensure.
He goes, "Oh, I do. There is a mini fridge in here. What do you want? We've got Coke, we got Pepsi, we got Diet Coke if you're watching your figure, because I know sometimes girls do that.
So, do I need to watch
don't-
my figure?
Well, I was about to say I don't think anyone needs to, but
What? You're not watching
Uh,
my figure? And she's gonna stare at me and go, "I would love a Fanta Dom." She's gonna pick an obscure
right.
drink that he doesn't have in the mini fridge.
Fanta. Yeah, let me go check. And he like leans down and and he's like, you can tell he's frantically being like, how do I tell her I don't have Fanta? And that will give you like a couple extra seconds.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna try and like just see if there's like payment envelopes and how they're like arranged. Just if there is just a simple like unit such and such, here's the check. And like
There is
that's it, or
a-
if it's complicated.
Make me a perception notice check.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Ooh, that is a 10 on the die. +3 plus no. Do I not have anything in notice? That's such an important stat in this game. I do have one in notice now. Okay. So that's 14.
Okay, yeah. So even at a quick glance, because he in his stupidity pointed out the line where Estia's listing is. You can
Mhm.
see in the notes section it says payment by mail.
All right, she's probably gonna swipe someone's payment by mail from it for another unit, so she can copy that information and get it set up for later, and show that
Uh
we can have this unit in the future.
okay. Make a dexterity crime.
Ooh, okay. That is bad on the die. Okay. I'm not going to use Righteous Fury because this isn't righteous. That is 4 total.
Okay, yeah, you don't get anything from that.
Okay. All right.
But you do get the confirmation that Estia was paying via mail.
Yeah.
With cash.
So I'll write down the pseudonym and the address, and then after he struggle, if he doesn't produce a Fanta,
He goes, so we definitely have Fanta, just not in this fridge. I can go to the big fridge and get you some, or I think our boss has some champagne because someone's getting a promotion, but I can totally nick that.
Oh,
It'll be
really?
champagne. Yeah, I mean, we can get real fancy.
Has
Well,
anyone told Ash what happened?
Cheryl definitely shot a message that was like, "Let me know when you're back on campus or back in town," and she's gonna finish. If you message her back in that moment, she's gonna, "Oh, actually, I gotta go. I'll have to pick you up another time. Maybe I'll see you driving around your fancy Mustang soon."
Oh
Trying to
yeah.
exit that
Yeah,
conversation.
I mean, I'm on a fast track, so I'll be graduating earlier than most people.
I bet you all about speed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, not like that. And then you leave.
Yeah.
I mean, Ash will send a message to the group chat being like, "Hey, everything good?" And then when they supposedly get the non-committal answer,
Yeah, she
assuming,
just let us know when you're back is what Cheryl's gonna write.
right?
With a period at the end, so you know it's fucking serious.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like there's the period.
So Ash, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Without getting into details, because I think we should play this out later. Not necessarily tonight, but later. How do you think that brunch went?
I mean, with the newfound person, that's like that pause tells you everything you need to know.
She's obviously a succubus. Kill her.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
I mean,
Women can just
yeah.
look good. It's fine.
So
No, but it's all right. So Ash and her dad have a very close relationship. To the point where Ash's dad has dated before, right? And Ash will be like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And swing a miss. And they have a really good relationship with each other, even in terms of dating, because at some point Ash is accepting of that. That's
so this
not
is a very out of left field.
right. The fact that Ash's dad is like, "Hey, I met somebody. I want you to meet them," and he's super into it, And Ash is like,
He's like being incredibly formal, like more formal than usual.
yeah, because like any other time that Ash feels this way, like, and that her dad is bringing somebody in, it's just like a, hey, yeah, let's go see a ball game, let's go ice skating, let's go do the thing, like. But now
Mhm.
it's a, we're going to have dinner, Ash. Let's go to brunch, Ash. Like, Ash is like,
This is very
like,
uncharacteristic of their dad.
yeah, yeah. And that's why Ash is like, oh yeah, what are you doing? And like heavy bows, like, haha,
Mhm.
dad. You know, like,
And I think your dad, like, you can see that he recognizes what you're doing, but um he doesn't like respond necessarily. He wants this to go well, so he doesn't want to like, you know, have that, unconscious conversation through eye contact right now. And then that's when you get that final message from Cheryl, and the bill starts to come, and and the woman's like, "It was great meeting you."
and Ash kind of looks between their phone and
Your
their,
dad's told me so much about you. You seem like a great person. I think we'll get along great.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm young, I'm hip. I may not be a spring chicken like you, but I know what the kids like.
I just, for
I listen to Fallout Boys.
a spring, a spring,
How
a,
old
s-
is this woman?
a spring
Give a
chicken.
range.
Let's see, their dad is what, in his 50s?
I mean, Ash is 22. No, so Ash's dad is mid 40s.
Mid 40s. Okay. So this woman is probably like what, mid to late 30s?
Yeah. And so Ash just, and then at their phone and all the influx of messages. And they're just, I'm sorry. You think you have a
Am I wrong in thinking that we could bond?
Daddy, I'm sorry. And Ash just kind of like grabs their dad's shoulder and is like, I have to go. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't.
Sweetheart, are you, is everything okay?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you need to go? What's going on?
I gotta.
He's suddenly very like protective and very worried. But he like does not understand necessarily that it's this woman, because he
And
really wants this to
Ash
be
just
like,
kind of like shuts out her and is like, that I have to go. Okay. I have to.
oh,
I promise. I promise that I will explain. I'll explain, but I have to go. Okay. If you can't call me, call Jacob, okay? Because
okay.
she talks about Yay as Jacob. because their dad doesn't understand. But, like,
Understand.
yeah, but like,
Okay.
I'll be okay. But I need to go. Okay.
Okay.
I
Please.
have to go.
Okay, be safe. Do you need some cash?
No,
Uh,
it's okay. It's okay. I'll be okay. I'll call you.
okay, just don't. Okay. Don't drive when you're distressed. I will pick up the tab. Don't
No,
worry about it.
it's okay.
Just okay.
I have to go.
He
Okay.
gives
I
you
love
he
you.
gives you
I
a little
love you.
hug, like a quick hug, because it's rushed, and then you.
But
you leave.
Ash doesn't. Ash doesn't let it be a quick hug. Ash full hugs it.
Oh, okay.
And
So if Ash full hugs it, he full hugs it.
yeah, and Ash is like, I have to go. Okay. I love you. I
Okay.
love you. And
Okay.
I'll just if you can't, if my phone dies, just call Jacob. Okay.
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 I love you
I
too.
love you.
I love you too, baby cakes.
Oh.
Bye.
Like Ash just feels something totally not okay, and that's like Ash trying to get back to them.
And so we're gonna take one more cut over to Yay, and it's 1 p.m.
Did his phone ring at all
Yes.
the other time? Oh, well, he
Yeah.
doesn't answer it. I just wanted to know. He's got it on silent. He has it on him, but he hasn't looked at any of the group chats. There's no little eyeball or notification that he's seen anything. He's not answering these calls. Instead, he's looking even more battered as he
Yeah,
breaks
Yay,
into
you got cuts going, you've got bruises forming, you look like shit.
Although it could be worse. Ye has a natural toughness, so he's from the punches and kicks and such, he's not as hurt as would normally be, but he has the cuts, and they have accumulated the various wounds.
And you find this next den, and there are like 13 vampires in there.
Yeah, which is why he's not going into it. This last one, he kicks in the door so there's sunlight, lifts a shaky hand, lights a bottle with a little rag coming out of it, and just says, "Never again." Just flings it in through to land on some furniture. He's made sure that this one's like a bit of a more remote area, one not likely to burn down neighboring structures. One that would probably be written off as, kids or some homeless people started a fire and it got out of hand sort of thing. And just bleeding from his wounds, breathing heavily, absolutely, at his frayed last thread, he just hurls the Molotov in, reaches down, picks up another one, lights it, hurls it closer to the floor so nobody even gets the chance to try and die in the sun instead, and just goes around looking for any other window or anything else to spread the burn. And when it's done,
you torch the fuck out of this place. There is no escape, and all you hear is screaming.
And he waits in the shadows. He looks around to make sure nobody else is seeing anything, and he wanders off if he hears somebody approaching. But until that time, or until the screaming stop, he just kind of waits in whatever shadows are available. And then he limps back to his car. He gets in, and he drives back to his apartment, doing his best not to bleed all over his stuff. And he drags himself up to his apartment. He gets out some old towels, throws them on the bed, and he doesn't take off his shoes. He doesn't strip anything off. He just falls face first onto the bed and passes out and waits for his natural healing to do what it can. This is more than is going to be healed in 8 hours of sleep.
Mm.
But he's got nothing left. Even his fumes are gone.
So during all of this,
We're gonna
What
do
is-
our final rewind.
okay, yeah, go for it.
It is noon. And Cheryl, you have procured the information. Ash, you have been contacted. Cheryl, are you doing anything else in Estia's sanctuary?
I believe in her sanctuary. If there was any information about any upcoming orders in her lab, I suppose, or any information about the people that she was selling to. Any
Make
leads, I suppose.
make me a perception notice check.
Okay. I believe that is a 12.
Okay.
Notice. Yeah, only a 12. If I could add knowledge to that, then never mind. Yeah, 12.
Okay. It seems like she kept her like client information somewhere tucked away. There is that big safe, but you do notice there is so there's notebooks on the desk and stuff, but you notice there's one that looks like it's been used more recently.
Okay.
Like within the last week.
Okay.
It's got it has a pen next to it, and it's you know when there's when like a leather bound journal-ish looking thing has been used but like only half used, like half the pages are like sticky uppy and the other half are like
Yeah,
still
yeah.
pristine. Yeah, it looks like that.
Okay. I or she pulls it to the last couple pages.
So it's this like dark green journal. It's scratched up and well worn, and if you look, the entries go back for like a year or so. And you can tell that the books that it was among on the desk were older books and stuff, older journals.
Mhm.
This one, as you leaf through it to find the most recent entries and stuff, it's filled not only with writing but with doodles and random quotes and nerdy stickers, and there's at least one page where she seems to have just been practicing her signature. And a yellowed note written on lined paper and clearly transferred from journal to journal falls out of the front and falls open onto the desk.
What does it say?
It says, well, either I'm rereading this or something's happened to me and you have my notes. First of all, if you're my aunt, I really need you to stop reading right here and maybe clear my browser history while you're at it. Trust me. If you're not my aunt, then you'll probably want to contact her. Her name is Eugenie Vorster, and she'll know what to do with my books. She knows a lot of things that nobody would believe, and she's like a superhero. If you're in trouble, you can ask her for help. You can tell her anything and she'll believe you because she's probably seen it before. She hunts down bad things, and she makes sure they don't hurt ordinary people. If something bad happened to me, even if you don't think anyone will believe you, please tell her the truth. She can handle it, and she deserves to know. Speaking of books, don't read them unless you know what you're doing. Please trust me on this, or you'll really regret it. The chemistry books will get you exploded, and the other books will bring all sorts of other problems. If you do know what you're doing, safe combination is, and then it lists some really complex like numerology thing.
Mhm.
A little bit witchy, a little bit scientific. and that leads to the safe. And then it says, there's no good way to end a letter like this, so bye, I guess. Take care and good luck. I hope the good guys are winning. Evie.
She's gonna go over to the safe, move the combo, and dial what was it, Eugenia Forrester? What was the last name?
Eugenie Vorster. Yep.
Vorster?
Vorster. Vorster.
Okay. Probably dialing the phone number while she's opening up the safe and looking inside it.
Okay, so as the phone is ringing, you open the safe, and inside are really, really old, thick books. Like, these are the books that Astia like valued the most clearly. And then there are several stacks of cash.
How much would you say if you could give a number to it,
um
just for fun?
At a glance, maybe like 3,000.
Oh, okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna pocket that. But yeah, does Eugenie pick up
Yeah, so as you're
while I'm pocketing her
as you're
niece's
pocketing
cash?
the cash,
Okay.
as you're pocketing the cash, she answers, Eugenie Vorster.
Hi. Do you have a moment to talk right now?
I suppose so.
I know this
You're
sounds
not
like it's
trying to
kind of
sell me anything, right?
coming out of the blue, but you have a niece, Estia.
Yes.
I'm just so I'm just so terribly sorry, but she's passed. I found your
I'm
number
sorry, what?
in her things. It was a paranormal encounter. She was killed by a vampire. And I think you're the only one that might be able to help us in the short term. And I know it all sounds like nonsense right now, but she said that you'd understand.
You can almost hear her teeth grinding on the other end of the phone. Where are you?
I'm in
Are you
Cleveland.
are you at her school?
Yeah. Or I can't be.
I'll be at her apartment in 12 hours. Don't be late. And she hangs up.
Probably just like cameras inside the safe looking out at her, and she wipes her face and then just slams the door to cut the scene.
So with that, we're going to rejoin the timelines. Cheryl, you're at Estia's place, gathering your things. Yay, you're passed out at your apartment. And Ash, you're coming to meet Cheryl. Did you meet up at Estia's place, or?
Probably with Julian. So she's waiting for her outside Julian's office.
Okay. So Julian is in his office, but the door is open, and you, Cheryl, are standing just outside. Ash, you walk up.
Hi.
I think you're muted.
Yeah. Ash doesn't have a linear route to that. because she's dealing with personal reasons and then also personal reasons. So she doesn't come direct on to the scene. She probably like comes like from the side. And it's not like a, oh yeah, I'm here to do the thing. It's a yeah, it's that. It's a that. Like it's a I don't want to be here, but everything in my life has led me here, and I am here because everything in my life has dictated me to be right here when I don't want to be. But here I am, guys. Here I am. And so Ash literally steps in front of Cheryl, dead censored, like dead ass in front of Cheryl, and does the deepest of curtsies and goes, and here I am, Miss Shelda.
She just starts fucking crying in front of you and hugs you.
Oh, Ash is like full on tears when she does
And yeah, and it's gonna go, I'm so sorry. That was I just kind of expected you to say something funny and not, well, not that type of funny.
So when Cheryl goes to hug Ash, Ash does take a half step back because they're not used to that
Yeah.
from Cheryl. Like, and it's like they're in midst of a full on curtsy, which Cheryl knows that that's a not stable pose. uh, and they let the hug happen, and they're like,
I'm sorry.
I just
Esty and I went to a function last night. She was meeting up with some clients, so Gay and I made sure that we could join her. And her and I, someone slipped some fucker slipped something into our drinks, and
I just
when I woke up, she wasn't there.
I could I I saved you. I saved you, but I couldn't. You let her go?
I
You
was with her every step of the way.
but you let her go? I
I
saved
was with her. I was with her. And then when we woke up, she wasn't around.
where is he? Where is he?
I think he's off trying to kill the whole town.
I
We did find her this morning.
if you found her, you left her?
She got taken from us.
You left her to die? Where is he? Where is she?
She got killed.
Where? Where did you leave her?
We when we found her in the morning, she had bite marks on her neck and had blood on her dress. She had been turned into a vampire.
You let her die by herself. Where is she? Cheryl?
She's Ash now.
No. Where is she? Cheryl?
She's gone. Ash, I don't.
No.
Julian was there
No.
as well. If you
No.
want to talk
No.
to him,
No. 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 You said you would be with her.
I was when I could be. I was when I could be.
Maybe a perception notice check, both of you.
Well, both of us. Okay.
8.
I need to do a physical one.
So, no successes.
Sorry. To somebody else keep going. Sorry.
Cheryl, you don't notice anything, but I'm just gonna say, Ash, with your better, hearing and everything, being the Slayer, and also your begrudging connection with your Watcher, you hear a sniff, a couple steps, and maybe an unintentional, slightly heavy closing of the training room door.
Sorry. My roll 20 is not cooperating. So
That's okay.
I have a D10. Wait, you want to notice times 2 or just regular?
Perception notice.
14.
Yeah, so you hear the sniff and the couple footsteps, and the door to the training room closes maybe a little harder than it was intended to be closed.
What do you? What do you mean?
I know that it's one thing to see it and another to be told the day after. I can't imagine. We were given a finality that you're going to have to trust us on. So I'm sorry that I experienced that and you didn't. But we're trying to find out whoever did this. We know that she shouldn't have passed away. Not in a fair world, not in anything that we think we're supposed to exist in. And you can react like this to me, but when you see Ye, if you say any of that shit to him,
He's my. How am I? How am I supposed to? He's my. And like Cheryl sees Ash just taking that deep breath. And this is the moment that to Ash doesn't break down. But here's Cheryl, and they have no other option. How am I supposed to? Was she okay?
Do you mean, was she okay?
Did she
Yeah.
know that it's not her fault? How am I supposed to? Yay is everything that's supposed to protect us, and I'm sorry, but you're pretty and I'm not, and here we are. Are you okay? I'm not. What are we supposed to do, Cheryl?
We're going to try and follow down every lead and make sure that we don't have any regrets when it comes to trying to figure out what happened and where these bastards are. Do I see Julian at this point, or does Cheryl see Julian
No.
at this point?
No.
Oh no, Julian. Julian's in the training room.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at this point, you don't need a perception notice roll to hear just like knives being flung at target boards and punching
both of
bags.
us?
Yeah, both of you. Punching bags being like pushed over and like, you know, rage is happening in the training room right now.
So Ash is going to look at Cheryl and be like, is this? I don't. And you see Ash just like take that like deep breath like that. And look at Cheryl and say, I don't want this. I don't want this to be the price of my friendship. I have heard and I have researched and I don't want. Is this it? Because if it is, I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I knew, but if I didn't know you or Estia before all this, I'm not going to say that I wish that I wasn't around and I didn't experience this. She still was a good friend. And I still do and will think about what happened with her with every ounce of my heart. So I'm not going to pretend like I don't want these relationships in my life. I'm just going to fight for them after the fact to make sure that they're proud of us.
There's a moment where Ash like hears that and she's like, "Oh, you want me?" Like like a wink, you know, like, but it's a sad, it's like a sad force type of, oh, you want me?
Trying to have humor in a
Trying to,
hopeless
yeah,
situation.
deflect.
Yeah,
And
deflect.
just,
because like that's what Estia would do, type of like type of thing. And Ash just kind of looks at Cheryl and goes, but we're in this, right?
yeah. And after we sort out all of our obligations and understand what's going on, then we
Will
can take
you
a
give
step
me a
back.
haircut?
Sure. Sure, I'll make you look whichever way you like.
And like Ash interjects in that way, like over Cheryl to just don't know how to, you know, it's just they haven't had the best of times,
Mhm.
but Ash is just kind of like, hey, guy, you can give me a makeover if you want to.
I think
Yeah.
after we squared up with everybody, let's go talk to Julian, and I'll give Ye another ring and see if he picks up.
Make me one last perception notice check.
Both of
So
us.
Both
good
of
at
you.
those. Ooh, a 10 on the
Oh.
die, a 14.
All right, hold on. 14.
Nice. You both hear the footsteps as Danny walks up. And he looks like he's got some pep in his step, actually. He kind of walks up and he's like, "Hey guys, what are you okay? What happened? You look like somebody
Sorry,
died."
Danny?
But
Who
isn't the training room like hidden or something? I thought it was like not something just anybody could get into, and Julian had closed
Oh,
the door.
you guys never specified that. No, Julian went into the training room.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
outside
are
his
still
office,
outside
which
the
I
Oh,
office.
okay.
I thought was
I-
in the back of an auditorium.
I thought, okay, I misplaced.
No,
when
his
everybody was-
office. Yeah, no, his office is So what it
Up into the-
is yeah. So it's like you go in a classroom and like it's off to the side.
Yeah. So we're inside the classroom.
Yeah.
So he walks into the classroom. Who's Danny, by the way?
Danny is
The attractive nerd Estia was flirting with.
Oh,
The one we
of
were making the
course.
cracks about
Yeah.
the nerd meeting habits and everything.
Of course. I was
yes,
not around for that.
Danny. Oh, that's right.
I
You
was not
weren't
around
around
for
for
that.
Danny. I'm
So-
sorry.
One that
Cheryl-
Estia went on a date with
So-
before they...
If I don't know, this gentleman shows up, Cheryl will do an excellent job of kind of turning to the side and making sure that she doesn't look like she's been crying. And
Oh, and Danny doesn't know you. So he goes, "Hi, Ash. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt something?"
oh no, it's just a little you know,
no.
powwow.
Okay.
No.
He looks into Julian's office, peeks over your shoulders, and is like, "Is Julian around? I have something for him."
Oh, I'm about to go sit down for office for his private office hours. I can deliver that for him.
Oh, I don't. It's kind of a weird thing, really niche. I'll just come back. Are you sure you're okay? You guys don't look good.
We're fine. It's okay.
Okay, just and then Julian actually at that point comes out of the training room, and his eyes are red and puffy, and his glasses, you can tell he did his best to like wipe them off, but they've got a little bit of like steam on them.
Ash will just like shuffle over to block him from whatever is happening conversational to
Okay.
the rest of the room.
Danny goes, okay, I know you guys don't know me super well, but something is wrong. And look, I just need to talk to Julian, and he tries to like get past you. Not a big
Cheryl
deal.
side eyes Julian and sees if he acknowledges to let him through or if it doesn't matter to him. Like if Julian is like,
Julian gives you like the it's okay. So Danny goes,
And Ash will double down on the glare to be like, really? Right now?
well, okay, if it's so important that you guys know, I found that knife you guys were looking for, okay?
Are they here for that?
I'm sorry, y'all were looking for a knife.
Yeah, when the big guy was here, Julian handed him a piece of paper that had like a knife on it and was like, oh, I lost this knife. And then I found the knife, the stolen knife. So I figured I would, give it back to its rightful owner because I'm a good person.
Does he produce the knife in the rag? Or no? Is he just having his backpack still?
Julian is very intrigued by this, and he sniffs one more time and wipes off his glasses in that very Giles style, puts them back on, and he goes, You found the knife? And Danny's like, yeah, I found the knife. And I took it back. He goes, you took it back? Yeah, I took the knife back because someone took it from you.
Wait, where did you find it?
It's in some pawn shop.
You stole from
In
someone.
some
Did they
pawn
see
shop?
you?
No.
You sound pretty damn sure of yourself.
Yeah.
I like just doubt, just pressing doubt as hard as I can on the controller. Is this the immediate location that you went to after you committed this crime?
No.
Do I believe him?
No. No.
God, you guys are fun to mess with. Okay, look.
No.
I did find the knife. Okay?
No.
Wait, okay, stop saying no. Thank you, you stopped. Okay. We're gonna rewind. Hi, I'm Danny. He holds out his hand to you, Cheryl.
Hi, Daniel.
Call me
I'm
Danny.
Cheryl Da. My friends call me Cheryl. Sorry, Sherry, so you can call me Cheryl.
Okay, well, you can call me Danny.
Of course.
Sorry we got off on the wrong foot. I definitely am picking up on this weird thing that's going on here. I don't appreciate being left out. Who's missing? Where's the big guy? Where's Estia? I see you guys hanging out all the time.
We always have to travel together.
No, but like Estia's usually here anyway. That's kind of why I wanted to come, because I kind of wanted to impress Estia. Is she here?
Unfortunately, no. Haven't heard from her
Oh,
since this morning.
damn. Well, okay, it's true. I got the knife back. I saw it in the shop window. I bought it. Don't. He turns to Julian. He's like, "Don't worry about paying me back. I whatever. He seems like he's actually like really kind of bummed that SD wasn't here.
Well, he
'Cause
could be more bummed.
yeah, he takes his backpack off and walks with it over to Julian, and he produces this ornate dagger, and he goes, I think it's the same knife. It has an extra gem on it that wasn't in the picture, but other than that, it's exact. And Julian takes it and he's like, that's remarkable and remarkably odd. It does look almost exactly like the knife. I mean, it's got the... I do remember that nick being there. And he just sort of... And the knife is still, like, in this rag. Or actually, the pawn shop guy put it in, like, a nice velvet bag. Sleeve type of thing. You know those, like, foldy velvet cloths? That they
Julian,
put
that
fancy
looks,
shit in?
I'm going to be honest with you right now. That looks cursed as hell. Please do not leave it unattended. We don't need
No!
additional shit on our plate.
Well, not after it got stolen once. No, I'm not going to leave it unattended. I'm going to put it in the box that it's supposed to be in. And he goes back into the training room to put it in the box.
Are you leaving to go leave it unattended?
No!
Okay, so he comes back with the box.
Yes!
Good.
What?
While he's away, she's just gonna stare at Danny and go, so are you hanging out with us for the rest of the day, or?
I don't know. Am I? I did have business with Julian as well. He is my professor.
Oh,
I
yes.
do
Yeah.
use his books to research.
Minor question that might have bearing on this. Just real quick, was there like an official police like missing persons entered for Estia? Because the police showed up to the party when she went missing.
That's
There
true.
was. That's correct.
That's true.
Okay, so maybe we rewind that a little, and Cheryl wouldn't say she saw Estia that morning, since Estia vanished last night.
That's very
Or that
true. I
night.
forgot about.
That's
Well,
fair.
actually, I don't know that there were police there. I was unconscious the entire time.
That's true.
I don't know that the police are currently
That's
looking
fair.
for her. If you wanted to let me know that the police took statements and things like that, then
But I imagine the police would have followed up with Cheryl as the other victim, even if Cheryl wasn't abducted. Cheryl was drugged and just couldn't give a statement at that time.
yeah. So
Yeah, but then Cheryl yeeted herself over to Estia before the police could get to her apartment.
Yeah, yeet.
That's fair.
if before I go to Esti's apartment, I get a phone call from a police officer, I'm not going to her apartment. And cleaning up evidence. And then for this young man, I'm not going to say that I saw her this morning. I'll say I haven't heard from her since last night.
I mean, in that case, his reaction's still the same. It doesn't really change
Yeah.
anything.
But just for thank you back,
yes,
Kyle.
for continuity.
This was more.
I'm not having 5 sessions from now. Police officer be like, so it appears as though you said that you. Oh God, can't have that. And yeah, she's. Oh really? What classes are you taking from Mr. Julian?
Medieval history for one, European history in general for another, and myth, tale, and legend.
You're taking 3 separate courses from the same professor?
Weird coincidence, but it seems like he might have been the only one with the qualifications. There's only one professor who teaches like most of those classes, and it's him.
That's like
See-
that's not that weird. That's not weird.
Yeah, I imagine that Julian gets back with the box.
Yeah, Julian does get back with the box, and he just like he takes the box and he puts it in the big drawer of his desk and then locks that drawer too.
Unattended. What did I say?
Cheryl, We are all in the same room together. I have eyes on this entire office. It's okay.
All right. All right. That's fine. But if
It's locked in a
if it
drawer
starts
and then
glowing and
locked in a
open up a portal.
box.
All right.
If it starts glowing and opening up a portal, then we run.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm sorry, Danny. We're all kind of on edge. I am sorry that Esty is not here. I'll see you in class. Thank you so much for the knife. I will reimburse you. And Danny just says, it's okay. Let me know if he's here, I guess. He says that to you guys. Olsen D at osuc.edu.
Yeah, like Cheryl can't bring herself to like fake pretend like she's gonna get back to him about that. She just kind of stares off into the distance.
Cool. Well, you guys were way cooler when I saw you the first time. Bye. And he like heads out.
Sorry, did you all get another friend once I left?
Danny is a student of mine. That is not a lie.
Just in the background, you hear Ash being like, "Oh."
He and Estia bonded over some research and various tomes that I have in my collection, and they had spent a couple research sessions together. They seemed to enjoy the process. They hit it off a little bit. Is that what you want to
Oh,
hear?
that's no. I'm all for her doing well. Were they researching paranormal affairs or were they researching medieval history?
A
Both.
little both.
So does he
Danny.
know that you're the Slayer and that there's vampires everywhere? What level
Oh
of
no,
conclusion?
no. He he's particularly fascinated with the supernatural perspective of medieval history, and this is horrible, horrible, horrible timing. But I was contemplating this before Estia's passing. Anyway,
You were contemplating what?
perhaps we should invite him into our purview.
You were thinking that she was.
Meanwhile, across the
No,
campus,
no, 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 no.
a passed out
There's
Yay
no-
in his bed just goes.
No, I was thinking, and I was
No,
hoping Estia could back
no.
me up on this. I was thinking that Danny might make a good addition to our group. And
Because you
was
were thinking that she would.
no! I was happy
No.
that Estia was becoming friends with him. That's all. I wasn't it. What do
No.
you think I am? A pervert?
No. Yay. Yay. And like, as you're just like. No, it's yeah. Hi. Yeah, hi.
Shit, she's back.
Ash,
Snakes.
yeah. No, Ash is just like so. No. She's just
No.
they turn around and just storm. They take a brief look at Cheryl, like this like terribly dramatic, and like they know that Cheryl will know like the drama, right? Like, and they connect with Cheryl. And they leave to storm DA. And they just leave Julian and whoever this Greg guy fucking is. Like they don't care, but just
Danny's gone. He left.
yeah. Danny, Greg, they don't care their name.
Cheryl's gonna turn to Julian and kind of go,
What, do you want to yell at me and storm off too?
no,
Do you all hate me? Why is everyone's okay, I'm not going to ask that question because I know the answer to that, but
naturally don't. You
Look,
care
if
about her.
anyone needs a safe space, my office doors are open. But I understand if you just want to get as far away from me as possible.
Julian, right now, I'm more than happy to sit down with you for the next few hours and try and figure out what we can do to help out our friend, or at least do right by her. I got my hackles up with Danny because didn't have any information beforehand, and I was just high on
Look,
emotion after talking
Danny's
to.
a good kid. He might have a weird sense of humor, but he's a good kid. Okay? And I didn't mean to drop a bomb like that on you guys. I wasn't expecting any of this to happen. I was expecting me to suggest that and Estia to say, hey, that would be really cool. I could have a research partner. But now our Slayer is even angrier at me, and Ye is MIA, and
Oh,
he's just like
While they
he's
feel what they're going
he
to
does the
feel,
Giles thing, and he's just like doing his glasses again.
we should go just try and focus. Is what I suggest.
so
Yeah.
Ash.
What do you suggest? And I guess he'll start going through like possible avenues of investigation and stuff with you. Yes, Mena?
I was gonna say, initially Ash took like a quarter of a mile jogging towards Ye's apartment and then stopped mid jog and then turned around and went back to the park that Ye feels comfortable in on the corner where Ye likes to take a second and breathe and like if Ash isn't able to find Ye in the first spot that they know Ye might be, go to the second spot and then third and then fourth and then fifth. Like Ash Ash is deep jogging for Ye.
So, eventually you exhaust all the options and you check his apartment.
Oh no. Oh no. Ye's apartment is like the last place that Ye would be. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you exhaust all your options.
And there's no Ye, so the apartment is eventually the only other option.
Is Ye there?
Depends on how she approaches it.
Yeah.
Or they approach it.
I mean, at that point, Ash is exhausted, and they just kind of go. I don't know how to do this in microphone, but
Like the big heavy slaps of
no,
hey.
just it's a dun 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 dun.
Oh, the shave and a haircut.
Yeah.
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 For a moment, there's nothing, and then eventually there's a stirring.
And like
Um,
Ash probably does it twice, like dun 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 dun, and like it's so slow that it's nobody that you're looking for. Like, actually, no, 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 no. Backpedal. The first time you do it, it's dun 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 dun, and there's nothing, and then it's like dun 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 dun, like it's a hip type of. It's not just like a fist.
okay. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. By the end of the second one, Ye stumbles to the door and you hear some locks click, and he opens the door and uh he looks a mess. Like there's dried blood on his clothing, dried blood on his skin, fading bruises, uh ash in his hair and his beard, adhered to some of the blood on his skin. His clothes are a mess. There might be some like flash burn marks. Because when you're
So
beat to
so
fuck and you're not used to Molotovs.
uh so Ye opens the door, ash, blood, scabs, and everything. And also on Ash, there is on their fists blood, in their hair, soil, it's mud, it's dirt, it's mud, it's blood, it's there's black ichor all over them. It's everything they didn't want to be. They've already been to see Julian and Cheryl because they have, yet there's still blood and ichor and mud all over them, and they say, hi, hi.
He just steps back and opens the door and he said, I'd hug you, but I don't think either of us want to feel what the other is feeling right now.
No, fuck you. And Ash just hugs him.
He's gonna look like somebody who doesn't like children, who is suddenly hugged by a toddler.
No, and
Um,
Ash just
for a moment.
squeezes deep tight,
It's just kind of that,
full of
oh, we're here now.
blood. Oh, full of blood and mud and everything. And just, I mean, reminder, Ash is 4'11".
Yep. So it's more of like a
Just,
reaching down sort of hug, unless he just picks her up
yeah,
or picks them up.
but just
Okay, out of character. What the happened to Ash in between Julian's office and finding Ye? Because there was none of that shit before then.
I think the implication is she went on a rampage, or they went on a
Yeah.
rampage for themselves.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was a deep rampage of just everything you wouldn't want to see, but they didn't want to be. And
Well,
so that's why they're covered in everything and just
he's gonna hug her back and or hug them back, lift them up off the floor, carry them into the apartment, kick the door closed behind him, and just kind of then stand there in the middle of the room, just kind of holding them, and they get to trade emotions.
And then yeah, I was just say empathy, and Ash just starts to punch and says, what the, where have you, how did you not let me, how did you let her? And like Ash is mad, like she's mad, and she full on Slayer starts to wail.
Yep. And he doesn't do a
against
damn thing to
Ye.
stop it. And
Just,
she gets
how did you let her? Why did you let her? How did you let her?
Yep. And they get the entire sense as he's just taking further beatings and old wounds are reopening, that he feels he absolutely deserves to hurt like this, that he failed, and that everything that happened was his fault. Just
Yeah,
torrents
just
of shame and pain.
tell me. But then Ash starts to feel his guilt. And it's not your fault. Yay.
I was supposed to protect you all. This is one of the biggest things I wanted to protect you from.
No, stop.
Stop what? I was there. I'm the tank. I'm the big guy. I'm the one who knows
Yeah,
this
yay the
world.
tank. Yeah, yay the tank. Hey, what did you want to do? Yay.
I wanted to protect my friends. And I wanted to.
It's not just you anymore.
It was just me then. Cheryl. I don't blame Cheryl. Who expects, like, it was a big party. Who expects that kind of.
Oh my god, Cheryl. Oh my god, is she okay? Is she okay? Where is she? Oh my
I
god,
don't.
where is she?
Last I knew, she was with Julian. Haven't you seen her? Didn't you go meet her? I checked the texts.
No, I came to you. Where is she? I
Amazing.
came I came to you.
He's just gonna pat them on the head for a moment and dig out his phone and just type a text like, Cheryl, are you okay? Ash was asking if you were okay.
Yeah, you get a response back pretty quickly because their phones out on the table in front of her, probably looking at like the crime board with Julian. This is a couple hours later.
Push pins and little strings.
Oh yeah,
and,
need the red string.
yeah, you got
And
the
she's using
string.
her telekinesis to like put up things, and they've gotten the location track data from the air tag that I sewed into the dress up. We're just like trying to
Mhm.
analyze all of it. And just yeah, the response is gonna be she uses one of the stylists with her telekinesis because she's addicted to her magic, and is gonna type like, yeah, we're back at Julian's office. Let me know when you feel like coming by. We're gonna be here all night. Take care. Are you with Ash right now? She took it pretty tough. I'm sorry.
And he's gonna stare at his phone for a moment and look at Ash and be like, Cheryl was saying that she talked to you and was the one who told you what happened and that you took it badly. So I'm gonna.
I just is it me?
Ash, you're not the cursed one here.
I am I am. No.
No. This is the first person you know that has died a violent death, isn't it? Just yes or no.
No.
The bullshit.
Bull
That's Cap. That's Cap. You're capping right now.
What a bold gamble there.
No. Yay. No.
Who else?
My mom.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but that's two. I reiterate, you are not the cursed one here.
But everybody I get close to.
Nope. Stop. Once again, I am sympathetic to what you're feeling because I felt it once.
You
But I
once?
continued. No, I stepped into that feeling once. I never got to leave it. This is not some sort of pity party. I am telling you, you are not the cursed one. You are the blessed one, even though it doesn't feel it right now.
Blessed?
Blessed. You can fight this in a way nobody else can except maybe other slayers. Yeah, it sucks. All right?
Fight me? Are you?
It fucking sucks. And I have had to live it over and over and over again. I have had to feel the depths
Over
of
and
people
over?
I have never met. So while I am
Over and
sympathetic to your
over.
pain, Ash, you do not get to throw a pity party and say, "Oh, I'm cursed. I saw you weren't even there.
Oh,
I
so
was the one who was
you-
there and failed."
You get to throw a pity party.
Yes,
The
I do.
person who
With
gets to
confetti
live.
and fucking streamers and the whole thing. And you know why I get to throw the pity
Oh.
party?
Why? Why, Gay? Why? Why are you the pity party? Tell me so.
Because I said so. And then he's just gonna poke her right between the eyes.
Because you say so?
All right, now stop. Take a deep breath.
Because you
No.
say so? No.
Deep
No,
breath.
I
Deep
won't.
breath. Come on, deep breath.
No.
He's just gonna pick her
I
up off,
won't.
pick him up off the floor, and just be like, "All right,
No.
deep breaths up here. You've
Let
got the
me
rarefied
down.
air,
Let
mountain
me
air,
down. Let me down. No.
mountain air, deep breath."
Because you say so? Are you shooting me, Gay?
A little bit, yes.
Are you shitting me? Put me down!
He did.
Put me down!
You're down. Your feet are on the floor. Now, you're back
No.
on the floor.
No, you don't get to yell at me like that.
You walked into my apartment
No,
seeing how I was
stop.
and punched the shit out of me.
You don't get to yell at me like that and lift me up and throw me down like
Who threw
I'm
you?
some sort of person who gets to be determined. My fate is somehow determined. You don't get to lift me up and put me down like that.
Your fate isn't determined. What you can do to alter your fate is determined. And that's a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game.
You think that I would, and Ash starts to have like a, you think that I would let everything become of all of us? You think that I would let Estia become, which was, no, you're not allowed to speak right now. You think that I want this?
Fuck no. And I'm speaking again.
No.
Nobody has ever wanted to be the Slayer who's been made a Slayer. Do you think I wanted these visions that I see?
Visions. Yeah.
All right, so come on, let's go. You got more.
You want to have this? You want to go? Yeah. You want to have this out finally?
Spogo?
No, I don't want to smoke anything. Yeah. You finally want to have this out?
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's have this out, because
You
apparently...
want to talk about the nightmares?
Yeah.
You want to talk about everything we don't talk about ever? You want to talk about how I see Cheryl in my future? and how I see her standing beside me. You want to talk about how I don't like to push anybody in my life to be close to me because I see them sacrificing themselves for me. You want to talk about my nightmares? Yay. Talk about your nightmares. Yay.
I did. And look what happened.
And look what happened.
This is referencing out of character. This is referencing when he told Ash in a very vulnerable moment that his worst fear and the thing that has been plaguing him is that he was not going to be able to save one of his small group of friends that he's not actually used to having from something supernatural.
Yes.
So
Yeah, out of character. Got that.
just making
Yeah.
sure. It's
Yeah.
been a bit.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that we were clear on that. So
yeah. Out of character. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I told you my deepest, most abiding fear, the terror that had been plaguing and driving me since we all sort of started to connect. And what, a night later? A couple nights later? Maybe that exact thing happened. I was there, Ash. I was standing outside waiting for a signal to come in and save the day if it was needed. And I was still useless. I could do nothing. She vanished out from under my fucking nose, and when we found her, her dress was covered in blood, her mouth was covered in blood, and for a moment it seemed like despite all that, we were gonna have her back and it was gonna be okay. And instead, we had to sit there and hold her as we realized what was happening. And I held her in my arms as the sun came up, and her last fucking words to me were, "I thought you were my friends. Oh, you'll have to pardon me if I'm not okay and I'm not handling things well, and that I don't have the spoons to bear your emotional breakdown too. I'm sorry. You are my
At
friend,
least
and I
you
love
were
you."
there. At least you were there to hold her. At least you were there to hug her.
How could you have known this was going to happen? You didn't leave because you wanted to go take a nap. I know what's going on. You went because you wanted another chance to try to connect with your father. How is that your fault? Huh?
Because
Because what? You didn't know she was going to the party? We didn't tell you because you didn't need to know. You had family shit to handle. This falls on one person and one person alone.
one person? Are you
Whoever took her. I have killed 35, 40, I don't know how many vampires in the last 12 hours.
12?
If that, even that.
Do you want to know what I've done in the last 3 hours? Do you really want to know?
From the looks of it, you went the route I went. Either that or...
Where's Cheryl? Where's Cheryl?
with Julian at the place. But before we go find them, because I'm assuming...
No, I don't want to before. Yay. I don't want before.
You cannot walk across campus like this.
I don't want to before. I will blaze a path for her. Do you not understand?
I've already blazed a path.
No, you have not blazed a path. You have not blazed in anything.
Well, now I'm a little fucking hurt. But the fact,
I love you, yay, but you have not blazed.
okay, what's your kill count then? I guess if we're gonna have some sort of supernatural kill count dick measuring contest, let's just get them on the fucking table and grab a ruler, Ash.
I'm
Or you can do the
not-
sensible thing. We can both shower separately. We can shower separately.
No, you
where
know
we
what?
can-
Let's just shower together, yay. I don't care at this point.
All right, fine. As long as let's go. Fine, fuck it, whatever. And guess what? We're gonna have the most angry, fucking shared, uncomfortable, awkward, goddamn duo shower that has ever happened.
No. It's a very anatomical, like shower, like whatever. And then Yay and Ash carve a path through campus.
Oh, that way they need to carve a path through campus. Most of the vampires are not on campus.
Okay, well, wherever they are, it's just
No one wants to be in their way.
yeah,
Yeah.
no one. They are carving their
They're
path to Cheryl.
steaming.
Yeah.
To Cheryl. They are carving their path. Like Ash literally just like from the shower pulls on Yay sweatpants, like doesn't even matter. Just no. Doesn't matter. Carving their path to Cheryl.
Right, well, I know a few more places.
Okay.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah. And at one point, Ash kind of like takes a deep breath, turns around, looks at Ye, and like not like full on encompasses, but says like, "I'm sorry. I loved Estia
I know.
just as much. I'm sorry. I just help me burn the world alive for her. But first, I need Cheryl."
Okay, let's go. And if for what it matters, I'm sorry too. I'm not handling any of this well.
We both
Neither of us. Yeah.
we both need Cheryl. Yes, no.
The curtain was dropped.
Okay. So
I can't fix you guys. Fuck.
Yes.
No. Don't put this on me. I'm good. I'm. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cheryl is like one more like, thing on her shoulders away from just being like, fuck y'all.
Julian thought I
Yeah.
hated him.
Oh
Jesus.
yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hey Chris. Welcome back.
Hi. That was something. That was profound.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for, I say it every time, but let's just say everything. Literally everything. This is, one of the biggest joys of my week. I'm so glad we're back. It's, it was another hard emotional session. Thank you guys for being present and being so wonderfully in character. We called this episode Bleed because emotions kind of went back and forth between ourselves and our characters.
Yep.
Including myself. I almost teared up a couple times today.
But
So thank you.
signs of good DM that you get to sit back and chill.
That's the signs of good players, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Good
Uno reverse,
players.
no you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you.
So thank you,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Bat Kyle. Thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you so much, Mana Queen. Thank you, producer Kevin. I love watching your reactions.
Thank you, Director Chris.
Thank you. Yeah, Chris.
Thank you, audience, and thank you, future
Yes,
people
thank
that
you.
like and subscribe and make sure to.
Wow,
Hit that
just
notification
jump in my
bell.
line, Eddie. Just jump in my line.
Sorry. It
And-
felt natural. It felt like I was just completing the
No, you're
circle.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
And then
Just
hit the
teasing ya.
subscribe button over there. Yeah, there you go.
For those of you,
Okay.
thank you everyone who watched live. Thank you everyone who's watching in the future. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Put some comments below. Let us know what you think. We just like hearing your feedback.
We love hearing your feedback.
We do.
Yes, we do. So on behalf of everyone and from the bottom of my heart, be nice to each other and have a great night. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.